Ladies and gentlemen, we have done it. This is the last video with NASCAR Heat 3 in the background. I promise. I know it's incredible. I cannot wait for it to be on. Actually, it's really not that bad of a game, but NASCAR Heat 5 releases tomorrow, the standard edition. I've been able to get my hands on the gold edition, so I'm really excited to pick up the game tomorrow. And we're going to start that Orange Juice career mode, so leave a like if you're excited for that, and comment down below your thoughts on the topic that we're going to be talking about today, which is actually how to build the perfect NASCAR game. And the Iceberg actually made a video on this literally yesterday, I want to say. And so I have tremendous respect for the Iceberg. I think he's an absolutely great YouTuber, but I didn't necessarily agree with his thoughts on the perfect racing game, and I think you should still watch that video anyway. He's a phenomenal YouTuber, and I watch him like literally every day. I just didn't necessarily agree with his thoughts on that video, so I'm going to leave the link to that one down in the comments, but I'm here today to talk about my ideal NASCAR game, and you guys are here today, hopefully, to talk about your ideal NASCAR game down in the comments. So basically what we're going to be doing today is taking elements from different NASCAR games or just racing games in general and just plucking them out. Okay, it's gonna be like a buffet. You can go through and you can take whatever you want, and we're gonna insert it into our ideal NASCAR game. And this is never gonna happen. It never will, and that's okay. This is just in my ideal fantasy world. This is what I would have. So I hope you guys are all having a blessed day, and let's get into the discussion here. So starting off with the gameplay. Now, the gameplay, I would like to see almost, not quite, but almost a copy and paste of NASCAR 14/15 Bayou Technics. And maybe you could sprinkle in a little bit of NASCAR Heat 4 or NASCAR Heat 5 now. Woohoo, can't wait for that. But mostly, I think NASCAR Heat 4, or not NASCAR Heat 4, I apologize, NASCAR 15 and NASCAR 14, which are pretty much the same game, had the perfect racing style and engine, and just, they did the gameplay in that game, like, perfectly. Like that game, I play that game all the time still. NASCAR 14, I don't have NASCAR 15, but I know it's basically copy and paste NASCAR 14. So I play that game all the time, and it is ridiculously stressful. Like, it is way more stressful than NASCAR Heat games, because that's what it's probably like to be an actual race car driver. Like, you're sitting there, and you're driving, and you're having a good race, and then you kind of just tap somebody, like what you just saw on screen, what I'm doing right now with Alex Bowman, just kind of bump him a little bit, do that in that game, race over. I don't know if there are actually even DNFs in that game, but just race immediately over. You're just into the inside wall, heavy damage, back to last place you go. Like that. I think that's good, because that's how it is in real life. That's how it should be in the game, to be honest, in my humble opinion. Now, graphics, I don't really want to talk that much about graphics, because just obviously the graphics should be the best that they can be. I don't know, NASCAR Heat's graphics are pretty good. I'm fine with that. They're not a ton, to say about that. But then, this is where I would specifically go off of the Iceberg's video, okay? So, he talked a ton about gameplay in his video, right? And, like, all this fantasy tracks and, like, beefing up basically, like, the play now in the game instead of any of the real, like, modes. He discussed the modes a little bit, but it was mostly about gameplay. And I think that they really need to focus on the modes, right? So we're going to take the next element from a game also releasing tomorrow, I believe it's releasing tomorrow, and that would have to be F1 2020, and I'm sure a lot of you can already see where I'm going, but the My Team mode in that game makes me want to pick up and play that game for $60. Just straight up, that makes the game for me. I'm not gonna lie. Like, that is so good. It's basically licensed Motorsport Manager, except a little more, like, it's so good. I want it in a NASCAR game so bad. I don't even, like, I have tremendous respect for F1, but it's not I love NASCAR, and F1 is not as close to my heart as NASCAR is by any means. And I think NASCAR games are more just overall fun experience because you can kind of beat and bang a little bit. It's not like in F1 you have to be really careful and like not make contact with other cars and all that stuff. But so I think NASCAR is better. But that mode right there honestly made me want to like buy the game without like actually wanting to play an F1 game. That mode made me want to buy the game. Like I want that. I cannot stress how badly I want my team mode in a NASCAR Heat game or just in a NASCAR game in general. If at some point in my channel I could get big enough, and I don't know that this will ever happen, but this is one of my goals is to get big enough that 704 games like notices me or something and like not takes into account, but just notices the fact that I want this mode, and I think a lot of the community wants this mode so bad. Like, if they could implement this mode, please, so help me. I take my money. I would throw $2,000 at the game. Just take my money, please. But yeah, so that's what I want. I want a My Team mode so bad, and yeah. Now on to career mode. So I don't know if the career mode would be the same thing as the My Team, and I'm not sure if it is in F1 2020 either. If there's a regular, I think there is a regular career mode and a My Team mode. I'm not positive though. But my ideal career mode would be something like where you start at the bottom and work your way to the top. I'd have it be more like a mix of NASCAR Heat's career mode and NASCAR Thunder 2004. The Allies and Rivals system needs to be completely revamped with actual track performance having to deal with it instead of just social media after the race, because that's the dumbest thing ever, and I will die on that stone. But that I don't like the Allies and Rivals systems in the NASCAR Heat games. I think they could do a lot better. But I'd like to see a mix. So like the Allies and Rivals systems from NASCAR 2005 actually was better with the Intimidator feature, where like kind of getting rivals could actually kind of, help you. You could drive like Dale Earnhardt. He didn't have a lot of, on-track friends, but what he did have was, the extreme intimidation ability, and he used it to his advantage. So like that, I want to see something like that. And the money needs to actually mean something. It doesn't mean a ton in the NASCAR Heat games. There's no expenses for one, which is kind of lame. That's dumb. Why? And just kind of it's too easy almost to just like build an actual star car and win in your rookie season. Which, see, okay, but the thing is, there's a fine line, right? Because the reason NASCAR Thunder 2004 worked was because it was hard and you had to work your way up, but you started in the Cup Series, right? So it's easy to win a championship in like basically any series in the NASCAR Heat games, but you have to go through all of them. So like, I'll get into my ideal series too in a second here, but if you're going through 4 or 5 or 6 series, right, and it's hard to win a championship like that, you could be 10 years deep and, be struggling to survive, which that's kind of, it's a fine line. So I respect 704 games tremendously for what they're doing, and I think they've pretty much built a pretty good career mode, to be honest. I know that's kind of a unpopular opinion, but I think they're doing really well with their career mode. And yeah, so next topic that I have to talk about is I just hinted at it actually. These series, right? So the series I would have 6, right? And this isn't going to be a long segment of the video because I just have 6 that I'd like to see. Okay, obviously Cup, Xfinity, Trucks. I would like to see Dirt, but above Dirt, I'd like to see the Wheel and Modifieds. If we could get that, because that was in the older games, that's extremely nostalgic and it slapped. So that would love. Okay, just would love. So we'll start from the bottom. Okay, Dirt, Wheel and Modified, ARCA, Trucks, Xfinity Cup. So that's the ideal. I'd like to see 6. I know that'll probably never happen, but that's what I would like to see in my ideal NASCAR game. So, and then the last thing is the soundtrack. It's got to fit. I actually like what the Iceberg did on this one. He said a couple pump up songs, maybe a couple ballads, a couple country songs, a little bit more cool down songs. Talladega by Eric Church. He says that song in the video. That is my favorite song of all time. It's so good. If you haven't listened to it, go listen to it. It slaps. It goes so hard. Like, And then he said meme songs, which are kind of dumb, but I guess I'm fine with the meme songs, if you know what I'm saying. But so that's about all I have. I think 704 Games is doing an excellent job building their race games. I'm super excited for NASCAR Heat 5. And yeah, that video just inspired me. So thank you to the Iceberg for inspiring me. This is by no means a shot at him at all. I have tremendous respect for the Iceberg. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys are all having a blessed day. As always, stay safe. This has been Decaf Dr. Thunder, and I will see you guys next time.